What is going on? Welcome to another Beyond Plug and Play video. I am your host, Logic Motion. It is April 2nd, and today we have some gaming news. And I'm particularly excited about this gaming news. I was reading the article and I was like, no way, there's no way this can be real. So basically, we have Xbox 360, PS3 era games, a possibility of these being ported to modern consoles and PCs, which is awesome because this is like my era of gaming. I'm not saying it's my first like console or whatever, but it was my first introduction to online gaming, first introduction to just like the gaming environment, party system, just speaking with others online. I don't know, it was just like that step up for me, and I have a lot of fond memories of this era, so I'm really excited. Anyway, let's get into this article. So basically, Nightdive Studio is ready and willing to start remastering Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 games, its bosses say. So Larry Cooperman says, "We stand ready" when asked how they would handle each game given how many studios from that era have closed down. He then noted there were numerous aspects to take into account. Once again, I'm gonna say I grew up playing these PS3, these Xbox 360 games. I grew up playing MotorStorm. I grew up playing Infamous. Like these games, like, you know, they hold a special place to me. So I would love to see these games come back in some form on a modern console or even PC, right? I would love to play Infamous 1 again. I would love to play Infamous 2. Would love to play the Resistance games, Metal Gear Solid 4, right? I didn't play much of Metal Gear Solid 4, but I did play the online portion of it, and that was like hella fun. I want to play Heavenly Sword, if you've heard of that. There's so many games that are stuck on that PS3 era and Xbox 360 era, especially if like you're an online gamer too. Like Warhawk was so awesome back then. I used to love playing that, dude. There was like some matches where I would just be in the Warhawk like the whole match, you know, and it was fun. That was like one of my first like online multiplayer games that I got into on the PS3, and I didn't even know about it. But I played it forever. It was such a good game. I'm sad there's no real way to get back into it, or no real way to like play with like, you know, the huge community. Like that was such a cool game. But the idea of someone wanting to port PS3 era games, Xbox 360 era games is awesome because they have a drive. So they're, you know, it's put in their mind they want to do this, right? And so there's tons of games out there. I mean, I could go down the list. We got MotorStorm, Heavenly Sword, Tokyo Jungle, Puppeteer. Like there's so many games out there, dude. Two Human, Crimson Dragon, like there's just Lost Odyssey, Blue, you know, like there's so many out there that they can definitely find an audience now. And I know some studios are shut down, or they're just gone in another direction completely, but it would just be really cool to see some of these games, even the bad games. Like if we can get Haze. What's funny is in the article, that's the picture there, that's the game that they're showing off as Haze, and that game was awful. But even if we could get that back in some form or fashion on a modern console, it'd still be sick. I would love to see that. Put it on the PS5, put it on the PS4, put it on PC, put it on the Xboxes. Like that would be awesome. And I know some of the games, the Xbox 360 games might not be hard to port, but I know for a fact the PS3 games are going to be tough to port, just because PS3 had that weird cell architecture that not a lot of developers wanted to develop for. It made it difficult to make games on the PS3 because of that cell architecture. And that's probably one of the reasons why a lot of these games are stuck on the PS3, because they were specifically made for that cell architecture, and it's just too much to like port to a modern console. Obviously it can be done because The Last of Us came out on PS3 as well, right? And that thing's on the PS4, the PS5, and the PC. So it is possible, right? It just might take a bunch of manpower, a bunch of time, and they might not want to commit that time to a game that's not going to make that much money, right? Because The Last of Us is box office, big seller. You know, they got its own show now. So you know The Last of Us is going to do good, right? The same can't really be said for Infamous. I love Infamous, right? But the same can't really be said, right? It's not as a popular title. Sucker Punch is doing other stuff now. So like completely understandable why they don't want to take a risk on some of those other PS3 exclusive titles. I mean, but there's not too much else to say about this article. Like Nightdive Studio is ready to take on the challenge. I say throw your money at them, let them remaster, let them port these games over, because some of these, like I said, some of these games where there's no other way to play them. Like you have to either get a PS3, you have to get an Xbox 360, and that's the only way. And you got to get a physical copy, which they don't make anymore, so it's rare, probably costs a lot of money. There's just so many things, right? So if we can bring life back into some of these old games, that would just be awesome. And I really just want to be able to play Infamous 1 and 2, mainly 1, in some form or fashion. Bring back the Motor Storms. Like, you know, these are awesome games that shouldn't be lost to time, right? And there's no reason why Infamous 1 and 2 can't come back, right? Because that was a Sony exclusive. So it just seems like they don't think there's much popularity there, and so they don't want to put money into it, into reshaping that game into a modern console, or porting it over, which is unfortunate because, man, some of these games are so sick. The PS3 era, the Xbox 360 era, it was like, I feel like it was one of the best modern eras of like gaming, even more so than now. I had a lot of fun back then, and it could all just be like happy nostalgia, but it was just so great. So I was happy reading this article. Like I was just like, dude, this is awesome. Like we need this now. Like support this studio, like whatever they need, like Sony, Xbox, Microsoft, whatever, give it to them. Let them port these games. You're not doing anything with them. And I promise, man, if Infamous 1 were, you know, oh, we're releasing Infamous 1 on PC and PlayStation, especially PC people are going to be there. People are going to be there, especially if it runs really well, ported really good. Like give these guys a chance. Let's get these games back in the stores. Like this would box office. This will be box office. Anyway, that's all the news I got for today. I really just wanted to talk about these PS3 and Xbox 360 era games coming back in some form or fashion. This is awesome. Let me know what you think. Do you think this is cool? Do you think I'm just being old? Like, man, these games are old. Logic. What are you worried about these games for? Just let me know down in the comments below. I'm super excited just reading this article, and I hope they're able to actually do something. I hope they're able to actually you know, get support and bring these games over to PC and the modern consoles. You know, it would be like a dream come true to be able to play some of these old games again in a modern fashion. Let me know what you think down below. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, subscribe to Beyond Plug and Play. I'm trying to come out with videos every so often. You know, just let me know what you think. All right, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.